Welcome to the Battle Through the Heavens adaptation guide for U.S. audience. This video will walk you through the world, the characters, and the storytelling approach that will help shape this series for Western listeners. A full summary and detailed notes are available in the description for anyone who wants to dive deeper. At its core, this story follows Xavier Darrow, once a prodigy, now disgraced as he fights to reclaim his strength, survive clan rivalries, and protect the one he loves, all while uncovering an ancient power that could change the fate of their world. The setting is the continent of Heavens, a mythical realm with echoes of medieval Highland clans. The Darrow clan, the Brawleys, and the Foresters dominate the land, locked in uneasy rivalry. Everyone knows war is coming, and only strength will determine survival. Around them lies the Undercity, a place of thieves, deals, and dangerous bargains. Clans live in fragile balance. No one can risk open war, but ambition runs deep. For the Darrows, respect brings constant threats. Their young must prove themselves through annual challenges and induction ceremonies rituals where success earns honor, while repeated failure brings shame and even exile to the deadly wastelands. Power in this world is built on two pillars. First, Q energy, the mystical force that fuels advancement through different combat levels. And second, D techniques, fighting skills that can be trained and mastered alongside Q energy. Together, they define how warriors grow. At the very bottom is the disciple level. This is equivalent to the strength of an ordinary human. A disciple would struggle greatly against even a trained fighter, showing just how far they have to climb. From disciple, each stage marks a leap. Young masters begin channeling energy with the skill of martial artists. True masters can shatter stone and steel. She-masters project ranged attacks strong enough to collapse walls. And at the level of battle spirit, fighters can unleash forces that rival weapons of war. A Q method is the foundation of power, tied to elemental energy. Xavier's method, the Flame Mantra, is rare and dangerous, capable of evolving as he grows stronger. D techniques are learned combat skills, from common basics to divine techniques that can change the course of a battle. Our protagonist, Xavier Darrow, is the son of his clan's leader. Once a rising star, he mysteriously lost his strength, falling from a 9-star prodigy to a mere 3 stars. His story is about resilience, sacrifice, and the courage to rise against impossible odds. Xavier's signature moves include the vacuum hand, eagle wings, and the flame-splitting tsunami. Xavier masters a range of techniques that show both versatility and power. Air palm and vacuum. Hand give him control in close combat, while eagle wings allow him to fly. His stronger moves, like flame-splitting tsunami and lion-shattering roar, reveal his destructive potential. And with Q energy wings, he turns pure energy into mobility and dominance. Xavier in the beginning, however, is a victim of forces outside his control, his power drained without his knowledge. He suffers humiliation and broken alliances, but carries on with determination. He is mocked, abandoned, and made a pawn of politics. Yet his fall was not due to weakness of character, but manipulation from hidden enemies. What defines Xavier is loyalty, resilience, humility, and self-sacrifice. He risks everything to protect his loved ones, endures brutal training, and even helps those who once mocked him. Over time, Xavier proves to be intelligent, emotionally aware, morally complex, and capable of leadership. His bond with Sunny is authentic, built on trust and care. Xavier faces challenges on two fronts: direct rivals who test him at every turn, and larger systems that make survival itself a constant struggle. His enemies take many forms. Lara Callister shows how fragile alliances can be when strength falters. The Brawley brothers embody ruthless competition. Former friends like Angus and Angharad turn rivals, while Douglas abuses authority to make Xavier's life harder. Beyond individuals, the entire world is stacked against him. A hierarchy that worships strength, political games that use people as pawns, economic conflicts that spill into violence, and corrupt institutions that protect only the powerful. These forces shape every obstacle in his path. To keep audiences hooked, reveal shocking truths, leave characters in jeopardy, pose unanswered questions, or cut off mid-action. Cliffhangers drive listeners to the next chapter. We've mapped high points at hours 1, 5, and 10. These dramatic beats are essential for character growth and narrative drive. Writers are encouraged to build upon them with additional scenes, subplots, and atmosphere. Hour 1 lays the foundation for the entire series. Xavier's journey begins with deception, betrayal, and his first step back to power. We see deception and betrayal when Vengeance Cask is exposed as a shapeshifter impersonating Sunny, setting up early themes of trust and manipulation. Xavier then discovers the devastating vacuum hand technique hidden within black metal, his first real step back toward power. And in front of the entire clan, Sunny stuns everyone with a single golden strike that defeats Angus, both revealing her hidden strength and complicating their relationship through jealousy and speculation. Xavier's training continues with Goran teaching him the explosive octane blast technique. But there's a price. His weakened body may not survive using it. This moment captures his constant dilemma. Every gain in power comes with deadly risk. Hour 1 ends with a tense forest ambush as mercenaries corner Sunny and demand she betray Xavier. Her refusal leads to a life-or-death cliffhanger, sealing their loyalty to each other and pulling the audience into the next chapter. Hour 5 deepens Xavier and Sunny's bond while raising the stakes around them. In one of the most intimate moments, Sunny secretly channels her golden energy into Xavier as he sleeps, helping him break through to 9 Q stars. This act of sacrifice strengthens their connection, but also hints at a mysterious cost to her power. Soon after, Xavier casually reveals his advancement, humiliating Angus, who had just boasted about his own progress. It's a turning point that shifts power dynamics and cements Xavier as a rising force. Sunny's vulnerability grows as she offers Xavier not just techniques and gifts, but glimpses of her true self, suggesting secrets yet to be revealed. Meanwhile, strategy enters the picture. Jennifer positions Xavier as living proof of their elixir's power, sparking a bidding war but also painting a target on him. And in disguise as an alchemist, Xavier speaks directly to his father, creating dramatic irony as Robert unknowingly praises his own son. These threads combine to show Xavier stepping into both strength and strategy. By hour 10, Xavier's rise becomes undeniable. At the academy, he shocks everyone with a one-move victory against Sean, earning respect and catching the attention of a mysterious, influential woman. He boldly declares himself Class A material, stunning the academy, and even Master Lin acknowledges his extraordinary potential. These victories mark him as someone who cannot be ignored. The stakes climb higher when Master Lin challenges Xavier herself. She unleashes a devastating water serpent technique, but Xavier emerges unharmed, calmly declaring the fight isn't over. His resilience and composure prove his strength is more than raw power. Beyond combat, he secures a political coup by inviting Lin and her students as honored guests of the Darrow clan, elevating his family's prestige and marking his growth as both a warrior and a strategist. As you adapt this story, remember the essentials. Keep dialogue clear and immersive, maintain consistency in tone, and focus on pacing that balances action with emotion. These choices ensure the adaptation resonates with Western audiences while preserving its core spirit. Pacing is more than speed. It's about knowing when to pause and when to cut a scene at its peak. Well-placed cliffhangers create momentum and keep listeners eager for the next chapter. This brings us to the end of the adaptation guide. Use these insights as a foundation, but don't be afraid to enhance the story with your own creativity. For the full summary and detailed notes, check the description below. We can't wait to see how you bring this world to life for new audiences.